So my name is Rosemary Spillane. I'm the older, wiser sister. Just Spillane. Now I need to tell you how that came to be. So being the oldest and very much choleric, I felt it was my mission to keep everyone in line in my family. So that meant, Anna Marie, Kevin, and Jeff. And so anytime I needed to restrain Jeff, he was, being bad, I could actually physically suppress him. And so, because I was 6 years old, one day, he was about 14, and he had a knife in his hand, and I decided he needed to get rid of that knife. And so I tackled him to the ground, and I took the knife away from him. But it was a real struggle. And so, but I did get the knife away. The next time I tried to do that, he just put me down. And I said, okay, so now I'm going to have to use superior intellect. Suppressing my brother. And so that's how I came to be known as the older, wiser sister, because I was now using superior intellect at all times to suppress my brother. Okay, so now I have another story that I have to tell you. How many people here have had a colonoscopy? So you all have had the drug called propofol. Propofol is that great drug, and I'm an anesthesiologist, so that's what I do. I use this drug all the time. So Jeff comes to a center up in Jasper, and he needs his colonoscopy done. And so he's done his bowel prep. And I'm sitting there, next to the stretcher. And Jeff, I said, Jeff, you need to get into, you need to lay on your left side. So he's laying on his left side. And just as I'm about to start the anesthetic, okay, he says to me, I'm going to try to stay awake. As long as I can. Okay, so normally I've done thousands of anesthetics, right? Thousands of colonoscopies. So I start the drug, propofol, little white liquid that goes into the IV. And, I'm getting it, and Jeff is just talking and laughing, and he's pointing. And then he's trying to flip onto his black side. He's trying to lay flat on his back. I said, Jeff, you need to stay on your left side. Everybody's trying to restrain him and get him to stay on his left side. So I'm going through my drug. I'm now done with one syringe. Syringe is in, so I have to get another syringe. And I'm still putting it down. And the doctor, the GI doctor, is looking at me like, so what are you doing with your brother here? So then I just said, okay, you're going down. This is exactly what I said to him. You're going down, just like when he was 14. I go, shoot, with the syringe. All right, so now, finally, he's asleep, and the procedure can start. But now, I'm looking at him, I'm going, he's not breathing. Jeff, don't do this to me, Jeff. I'm thinking to myself, I'm going, oh God. He doesn't breathe, okay. He doesn't breathe for 2 minutes. Now wait. Okay, so we've got monitors on. We have an EKG that's continuous. We have a pulse oximetry, which is a little thing that goes on your finger, tells you about the oxygen in the blood. He stayed 100% oxygenated for 2 minutes without taking a breath. So that was he was a physical specimen. He had great respiratory physiology. So one last thing I would like to say. My brother was so dear to me. What I know about my brother is that he would take a bullet for me. He would jump in front of any danger. you would take that bullet. So what I encourage all the young men here is that for your wives and for your children, you should be willing to take a bullet for any one of them, just like your father would take a bullet for me.